Thank you so much for joining me for my thoughts while going through this crisis. And it was a beautiful day today, and I was thinking, oh my God, it reminds me of wonderful, wonderful spring days in Toledo, Ohio. And when spring happened, we were so excited to see spring. We were so excited that we would decide that we would spend the day at the beach, and we went to the Maumee River because that's what went through Toledo, Ohio. The Maumee River now is dead. I would call everybody on the phone and say, "Get ready, I'm going to be picking you up." And everybody would grab their bathing suits and a towel. And I would drive through the streets of Toledo, picking up people in my Ford convertible with the top down. And we would get maybe 12 people all together into the car with two people on the running boards on each side. We'd stop at the gas station and fill up the tank for $5, which was about 3.25 pounds. That was about £3 25. And then we would drive out. I would have packed a lunch. I would have packed a potato salad with mayonnaise and eggs and pickles and every additive known to man. Hot dogs filled with pork offal that was awful. Hot dog buns that were white with no nutrient whatsoever, and many, many bottles of beer. Um, and off we would go, and marshmallows and charcoal for the fire, and off we would go to the Maumee River, and we would all unpack the lunch and put it in the sun while we slathered ourselves with coconut oil, with cocoa butter, and lay in the sun to get a good dose of skin cancer. And then when the sun went down, we'd build a fire, a charcoal fire. We'd roast the hot dogs until they were blackened and full of carcinogens, and then we would dump them into the hot dog buns with no nutrients whatsoever and slather them with mustard that was full of more additives, and then we would eat the potato salad that had been sitting out in the sun rotting, and then we would drink several bottles of beer, and then we would roast some marshmallows and sing, and we would smoke a lot of cigarettes, just a lot of cigarettes, and then we would do each other, and we would then pile into the car, throw all our refuse on the beach, just throw it on the beach, and continue drinking, throwing beer bottles in the road as we drove home, never dreaming that we had destroyed our hopes for a healthy life, that we had ruined our lungs with cigarette smoke, that we had destroyed our liver with alcohol, and that we had uh, mutilated our digestive system with rotting potato salad and disgusting food that we would not, in this day and age, we would not feed to our dogs. Um, we would not realize that we had shortened our lifespan by a minimum of 50 years, and we would go home and go to sleep exhausted at 3 in the morning, having sung all the way home, littering the highway with beer cans, and we would go to sleep. And then when we woke up in the morning, all we would remember is not all these terrible things that we did to our health and what we destroyed that we destroyed our future. All we would remember is that we had the most wonderful time. And thank you so much for joining me in my thoughts during this crisis.